What is up, Argonauts? This is D-Rec here at the Lion's Rift Gaming Outlet, and I am bringing you an update from Bushi regarding some of their new events going on in 2018. And if you've already looked into it yourselves, yes, you know it, Springfest is back for 2018. Team events will be back, and I am super excited to have those back. I love doing team events with my friends and just sitting down, really, sporting the weeaboo-ness and all that good stuff. I had a blast going to all those events, and I'm glad that they're bringing it back. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be happy about that too. If you guys want to take a look at the website for yourselves, I'll have the website up in the video, so you can take a look at the web address, search that yourself, and then just type it in and all that good stuff. I'll have a link in the description below for you guys that want to just go pull it up instead of having to type it all in manually, because that can be tedious. So I'm going to go right into the website real quick and just look at some of the details. You can already see from the page, it is not an official Bushiroad page, but a lot of the information is pretty legit. A lot of people have been doing a lot of digging into whether or not this was a real thing, or whether it's just a sham. Someone just made it, fan made it, but it is legit. Bushiroad is doing that. If you can look at the logo in the top right here, or in the top middle here rather, you can see the logo for the new Dragonborn card game in the set. So that will be a part of Springfest this year, which also means that it's going to be a part of the World Championship Series in the fall. So if you guys do play Dragonborn, you should definitely be excited about that. Going right into the webpage, we can already see a few different panels with information about the event and the tournament structure and all that good stuff. So the first panel shows the levels in which the event will take place. They are cutting World Finals out of Springfest, as is typical for their Springfest events and their team events. It'd be too much to try and fly out all these different players and try and have them do team events in Japan like they usually do for their World Championship Series, but it's pretty standard. They usually go from Shop Challenge to the regional to the national event over in California. So if you can read it, there will be no World Finals. That will be reserved for the Bushiroad Championship Series 2018. And then the Shop Challenges and Regional Championship Series will be running from February till June. So you can already see that in the second panel. They'll show you the timeline of the Shop Challenges and the Regional Championship for the Springfest events. Shop Challenge will start in February and end in May, whereas the Regional Championship will start in March and end in June. And that'll accumulate the first half of the year for events. And then starting in August, the Shop Challenges for the Bushiroad Championship Series will start, ending in November. And the regional events will start in September, ending in December, with the final for the regional the BCS taking place in January 2019. So, for the whole Shop Challenge thing, I'll go into a little bit more as we go into the panels below. There will be no buy cards for the Springfest event, and it makes sense just because trying to give buy cards to every team is typically a challenge, especially for organizers trying to get all the teams to work it out and stuff like that. So instead, they'll be giving out certificates to each player so they can redeem for promos at the event or other goodies at the event. I'm not sure if they're going to be promo specifically or not. That's yet to be announced. But surprises in the future. Everyone loves surprises. It'll be great. And I'm excited to see it all unfold. So going to the Team League, Dragonborn is going to be individual, and then it just shows you the breakdown for how 3v3 play will go down, and it's semi-standard. It's going to be best of one for each player, with the best 2 out of 3 factor being taken into account in looking at the overall team performance. So if 2 of your teammates end up winning and you lose your game, it won't matter too much because you won the overall match per se, in terms of the whole 3v3 bout. So they will advance. Based on how that's worded, it looks like they might be going back to the elimination system, which I hope not. But I read into a little bit that it said Swiss, so maybe they won't. Maybe they'll just do what they usually do, where it's like if you have 2 losses, you're kind of not eligible to continue, but you can still play in the rounds. I know at a few events based on attendance that will scale, so some X2s will make it, but typically it's reserved for the best of 1 teams, or the X1 teams, not best of 1 teams. That didn't make sense. But yeah, X1 teams will generally make it, with undefeated teams obviously making it to top 8. And I think it said it's going to just be back to day 1 events, or 1-day events, so, which is good. No one wanted to book a hotel. I was not a fan of booking hotels last season. For New Jersey, I went myself, booked my own hotel for the weekend, and did all that. Same thing for New York. I booked the hotel, had it all set up. We ended up splitting it between our friends and stuff like that. But having to drop money for a hotel at an event that's free typically isn't a good attractor for a lot of new players or tenured players in the game. And yes, I know it's a competitive event, so new players shouldn't be dropping so much money. But still, it's free and it's meant to get a lot of people to congregate and enjoy the game, which is why they have the side events. So moving along to the general regulations and formats in that panel, everything looks pretty much the same. Formats the same, eligibility, language, cards, deck structure, sleeving, everything's pretty much the same. And then sideboard rulings for Buddy Fight and Dragoborn. So if you want to take a look at that, the sideboard rulings for Buddy Fight, pretty much the same. Must use the same buddy and flag throughout the whole tournament. You cannot change those. You can have up to 10 cards in your sideboard. The 4 per deck rule applies to the main deck and the sideboard as a whole, so obviously no more than 4 cards, guys. I know you guys trying to pull some weird shit. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourselves. You want to go to an event, have fun. Don't pull some weird shit like that. More than 4 cards. Typically between games 1 and 2, and then 2 and 3 if it goes to game 3. For those events, it's pretty standard. You can get around that. And then the same rules apply for Dragoborn. You have 4 copies per of any card per deck, and so on and so forth. And then sideboarding. So, moving on to the next few panels, the shop challenge overview. If you read at I think it's the second sentence, the black area of the shop challenge overview panel. Winners of the shop challenge will not receive a buy card. Instead, the top 3 winners will receive a coupon to redeem a prize at any regional championship. So for the Springfest ones, top 3, and then for the BCS, that will be first place gets the buy card. Moving along, general rules, admission, time up, deck registration, everything is the same. All participants are to fill in the deck registration forms. I don't think they're going to do random deck checking. I know a few local events, they do that just to be safe because they're smaller events, but for a big event like this, I think deck checking will only recur when you have miscounted your cards. So for all you guys watching, be sure to double, triple check your counting. You know, sometimes you goof up a little bit and it happens. I've done it before. Goofing up is not fun. You have to sit out, you get a game loss, blah, 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 the whole 9 yards. Not fun time, kind of takes away from the whole enjoyment of the event. So really be sure to double check your counting when you write your cards in, all that good stuff. I know it's really tedious to write Supreme Heavenly Emperor Dragon, Dragonic Overlord the Ace. Bailey, I know you're listening. And then yes, the card numbers and all that stuff is kind of annoying too, and then the whole rarity, blah 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 blah. But for the enjoyment of the event overall, you sacrifice a little bit of time on the side, print out your deck list in advance. So, best advice I can give you guys. Doing it at the event you can be rushed, and you won't give yourself the opportunity to double check. So that stuff happens. You subject yourself to game loss, which in a best of 1 event is not a really fun time. So save yourself the trouble. Moving along to the prizes. Top 8 teams will receive pins. Top 4 teams will receive a certificate and playmats. Top 3, all players get a medal, and the championship team will receive a special championship PR for that event. So similar to the Claret Sword Dragon BWC promo, something along the lines of that. I know there are very, very few people who have that up on TCG Player for $500. which, yeah, Claire got some stuff now, so that's justified. But for collection purposes, yes, it's expensive. So just keep that with a grain of salt. And stop trying to lowball people for it when you know you're not going to be able to afford it unless you're about to trade up your entire Chrono Jet deck for one promo. So it's going to be worth a lot because they're limited, and hopefully they're actually worthwhile. I don't want to see some hot bullshit freaking Sperm Ninja from GBT01 be the freaking promo. It's useless as hell, but it's hot stamp, so it's got to be worth something. I don't want to see that. At least a card relevant and worthwhile to the game would be nice, hopefully. But I reserve that for the champion team of the event, so whoever that may be in the future, I wish you well. And then for regulations and formats, Vanguard, best of 1, 25-minute rounds. And then Weiss, best of 1, 30-minute rounds. Buddy Fight, best of 3, 40-minute rounds. And Dragoborn, best of 3, 50-minute rounds. For Vanguard and Top Cut, it is best of 1, single elimination. And then same thing for Weiss. And then Buddy Fight's best of 3, single elimination. And then Dragoborn is the same as Buddy Fight. And then at the door, regional promos will be reserved to whatever they choose to have it be at that point in time. Typically, they're really worthwhile promos. I know Blaze Battle was worth a little bit for a while. Sonic Goal, oh my god, when Brave was Happy Hype, was $15 promo until they released the trial deck. So hopefully it's something relatively worthwhile for players. And then side events at a later date obviously will be announced. So that pretty much covers all the details on the website with regards to the Spring Fest events. If you guys want to look into it more and then talk with your friends about it, I'll have a link in the description below so you can look at it yourself. But until then, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy my content and this video. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.